offense will put toe to leather and we'll get started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Cardinals offense will get the first crack at it here. And here comes the quarterback, and one thing you know for sure, with this team, as he goes, so goes the offense.
And he's a big-time talent, Reese. This guy can hurt you in a multitude of ways, throwing and running the football. He's going to have to be dialed in, though, because this defense is going to give him a lot of different looks. It's really important mentally this QB is on his game.
Looking downfield, it's Harrison. Finds the tight end. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. Now they'll face 3rd and 4 in their first possession of the game. From the gun, wants to pass. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
You spread me out, I'm going to speed you up. Nice job. They go empty. Nobody in the backfield to help the quarterback block. The linebacker comes right at the gut, gets to the quarterback, gets him on the ground.
And the Cardinals will call on their punt team. He'll fair catch this one in the snow. Got to make sure that you don't let that thing squirt through. The Broncos offense will try to get something started with their first possession. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
The option look. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. They move the tight end all over. To the ground to try to move the chains. And the defense finally makes a stop after the sweet run and good gain. The Broncos will have it 1st and 10. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon.
Encroachment. Defense.
Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. On the option. And it looks as if he'll pick up maybe a couple. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He'll ride his man on the option. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. What a good run there. He has enough for the 1st down. And the Broncos are flying down the field. Power football with the run. Not a lot of daylight there. Let's give him 1 to the 14. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. The give to the back. Pushes and picks his way ahead for 6 yards. He's down at the 8. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Got his man on the right. He gets it so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. Oh, look at this. The kicker's going to run it. And I guess they thought they'd find the field goal block team napping. They were wide awake, and they come up with the stop. You want to be bold and daring, but sometimes you got to know when to just take the 3. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it. Offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Leaves it with the back. Gets a nice surge and crosses the 5 to the 6-yard line to pick up a 3. Line getting set on 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Harrison. Finds his tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Third down coming up after the completion. From the gun, wants to pass. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. The Cardinals will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He gets it away from his own end zone. A fair catch is made right at the 50. Great field position for the offense. Western Michigan has it back as they send the offense onto the field. They'll go to the ground. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Fires to the middle. Hauls it in. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Wide receiver shows motion. They run the reverse. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. Now on the option. And the defense snows him under after a very short game. 3rd and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here, just don't take a negative play. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. Quickly complete. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The give to the back. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. On the option. The ball squirts free. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And that's a big-time play by this defense. You know when it's snowing, not only is it wet, it's freezing. Your hands are cold. You can barely feel the football. So if you can get to that football, put your head on it, or rip that thing out, a lot of times you can force some of those turnovers. Great job by the defense.
Ball State takes over the football, and the Cardinal offense headed out. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Unloads to the wideout. And you just don't expect your junior quarterback to get fooled and to throw it into double coverage like that. They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. Makes a move. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Western Michigan offense ready to go back to work. Off the play fake on first down. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete. Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on 2nd down. They think there's room to run to the right here.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Getting some heat. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
Well, this is a quarterback who's not known for his running ability, obviously. We've seen him make some great throws, but mobility, that's probably not on your bingo card, and you saw it right there. He gets brought down for the sack.
The Broncos will bring the punt team onto the field. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. Ball State gets it back. The offense headed to the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now.
Pulls it in on the right. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. Touchdown, Cardinals. Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
Lining up for the PAT. And the PAT makes it 7-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Tulane is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Sean King, and they are right back in this. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to North Texas. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
Encroachment. Defense.
Defense couldn't quite hold its water, and it'll be 5 free yards for the O. Keep it on the ground. Dragged down at the 30 after a 5-yard gain. Now on first down from the 30. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires left. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. Offense gets set for second down. Off the bootleg and rolling out. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Scanning the field, it's Lowry. And that 3rd down pass left a vapor trail, but it's incomplete. And the Broncos will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He gets a block. The coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Offense set on first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got his man. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. The give to Davis. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. They go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback is snowed under. The #1 job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
And the Cardinals send out the punt unit. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Guys, we're about to get another look at this Western Michigan offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Here comes the option. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Fast motion from the offense. Looking to pass. It's Lowry. A little screen to the running back. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. To the ground with the back. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving. It's 1st and 10. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. After the good pickup on 1st down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. A run up the middle is stuffed for no gain. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Ball's at the 27. It's 3rd and short. Can they avoid making that 4th down decision? They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He'll come through on 3rd down. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. Out of the backfield, he's open. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the 1st down. The Broncos come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on 1st down. Lets it fly. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Western Michigan.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
PAT unit on the field. Smashes it through for the PAT. That drive covered 62 yards for the touchdown. And the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Ball State takes over the football and the Cardinal offense headed out. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, Dave?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
You just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart. You're going to be aggressive with your decision making.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. They'll ride Davis here. And they did not let him get to that 1st down line. It'll bring up a call here. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Back to throw. It's Lowry. Fires one high and deep. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, you have been calling a great broadcast today from there in Kalamazoo. And a compelling first half for a variety of reasons. Yes, there's a substantial lead to talk about, but I think it all starts with this defense that has more than made its share of big plays. If things keep trending in this direction, you can bet a ton of those backs and receivers are going to spend a lot of time in ice baths before the end of the day. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Waldo Stadium.
The Cardinals will kick it away to crank up the second half. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Western Michigan has it back as they send the offense onto the field. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
And the Broncos will send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. Leaves it with the running back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking for a man. It's Harrison. They're setting up the screen. Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Now they'll try the right side. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Stuck with a running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. He finds his man. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the 1st down. And the Cardinals have their offense in high gear. They'll try it over the left side. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. And this veteran quarterback just overshot his man that time. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He's looking deep. Snags it inside the 20. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. The Cardinals will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Grabbed in the middle, it's Robinson. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He's got it. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. And the Cardinals will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Here's the fly sweep. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. The big fellas coming out the goal line defense. Trying to slam in. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. After getting absolutely nowhere on 2nd down, they'll try it again on 3rd and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
Western Michigan offense ready to go back to work. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Palmer, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Now on second down. Back to throw, it's Lowry. He's got the tight end.
Well, it's a nice job, too, the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off play action on first down. Fires to the right. He's got it. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. We've reached the end of the third quarter, and we have a potential classic on our hands, all tied up as we take a peek at the stats. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the fourth. Ball spotted at the 27. It's 1st and 10. Goes to the option. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This offense has a second down play. They'll try the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The last two runs went headlong into a brick wall, now 3rd and 10. On the option. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. It's good. He's going to hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there.
All field goals are not created equal, guys. Kicks in the fourth quarter to take the lead. They just seem to carry so much more weight. So give that young man credit for getting out there and knocking that thing through the uprights with all the pressure, with all the eyeballs on him. He delivered.
They were able to get a field goal on board, and now they'll kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Ball State gets it back. The offense headed to the field. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Got it behind the line. It's Davis. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Wideouts all wadded up in a bunch. Looking to throw on second down. Got it set up on the outside. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He's got his man. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Cardinals line up to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Those hands can get a little frigid in weather like this. He'll make the fair catch signal and secure the catch. And the offense takes the field eager to go back to work. Give to the running back. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Right back to the well. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. In the dead center of the field as they try to convert this 3rd and short. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. The Broncos with the 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. At the 35, he's open. He's off to the races. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. Now they're going to throw it. Into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Broncos. I don't know exactly what the defensive coverage was, but it certainly wasn't part of the plan to leave him that wide open.
Well, I don't think they know what their defensive coverage was either. How do you leave that big guy open down here in the red zone? You know the quarterback loves the big tight ends in this area. Really poor job by the defense.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. UTEP handled its business today, and given what the week was like in El Paso, that is saying something. This is a focused group, and it's reflected in that final score. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They're trying to get to him. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. So what do they have for third and short from their own 23? They'll try to get it through the air. Finds his man down the middle. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Quickly out to the tight end.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You've got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And the Cardinals want to move quickly.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. After the incompletion, it's second down. He wants to throw it again. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
And no messing around right now if you're on offense. This is the time where execution has got to be at a premium. You need to hit completions, David. They need some big plays.
And you just want to keep pressuring them and keep making them use the clock, give them the underneath stuff. And again, when they drive the football down the field, just can't give up touchdowns. Field goal at this point is not going to hurt my defense.
Looking downfield is Harrison. A shot toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. Zings it complete to the right. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Makes the catch. They will score. Touchdown, Ball State. Well, if the momentum hadn't shifted before, it certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side, they could lose this ball game.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
17, Ball State 14.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, we're about to get another look at this Western Michigan offense. The handoff, keep working on that clock. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. We've reached a 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. Here's the handoff. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. To the air, it's Lowry. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. And the Broncos will line up to punt it away. And he really needs to get away a good kick here. He'll field it close to the 50. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. First down for this offense. Looking to move it through the air. Throws to the back. And he fires over the middle. It's incomplete. Here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. They need to get a little closer for a field goal try, and they've got to do it in a hurry. On third down, he drops to throw. Fires to the wideout. For the third straight play, the pass falls incomplete. Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. Throwing right. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Running back searching for a hole. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the quarterback takes a knee. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get the close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.